Hello and welcome to Vantage Technology webinar. Today we have a very interesting topic, Introduction to Structural Streaming in Databricks. So before starting this webinar, let me introduce myself. My name is Rajnish Kumar. I'm CTO of Vantage Technology. I'm the MuleSoft ambassador, and our Vantage Technology is a Salesforce Databricks partner company. So let's jump on to this today topic, Structural Streaming in Databricks. So what is a structural streaming? So basically Apache Spark Structured Streaming is a scalable fault-tolerant streaming process framework that is built on the Spark SQL engine. It uses existing structural API such as DataFrames and SQL engine to provide an API similar to the batch processing API. So we are also going through the demo and then we can find what is the similarity and dissimilarity between the batch and as well as the streaming processing is. So what are the different basic of this Apache structured streaming is? First is a scalable fault tolerant streaming processing framework built on the Spark SQL engine. Second one is use existing structural API, DataFrames SQL engine, and provide the similar API as a batch processing API. And third one is include streaming a specific feature end to end exactly once processing fault tolerance. So these are the feature it provides. So how a structured streaming works? So let's go over the how a structured streaming works. First, we must consider time and representing when the data is ingested in this scenario. A trigger interval is configured to run every second. So if you notice is, so every second it is running the data from here. Now, second is then we have an input table in yellow, which is defined by the configuring streaming read against the source, which could be the file or another table. So this is the input table, and this is where it is ingesting input, which define the configuration streaming and read against the source. That's where it is. Third is then a query is defined against this input table to append the new data or row. So here it is appending the new data or row at this point. Fourth, this section, then it will provide the new result table in green with the new append data. So now at this section it's append, and then new table will come as a both is append a new table over here is at the line 4. Then the result table will persist writing to an external sink or table, and in this scenario it is configured using an output mode of complete that it will write all row every time. So at the last point, this point, it is outputting to the whether you want to sync to the external file system or table. There you can configure over here at this point. Then the cycle continue for each execution provided by the trigger interval, like every second. At this time it is every second, so you can configure as in second or minute. And then you can see that input table has grown, meaning it is unbounded and new data will be continuously adding. So every time new table, it is keep growing, and then it is showing the result. Same thing is like a time 3, the data result T3. So that's how it is look like. So this is how the streaming work behind the scene is. Now, anatomy of streaming queries. Streaming queries start with the instantiate a Spark object, followed by call to the data as a stream and format a specification. In this example, we are reading from Kafka, and then we are adding the option to run from Kafka Bootstrap server. So here we are reading and then adding those as a Kafka. So through the Kafka, we are reading and then adding those value. We are also adding to the option to subscribe to a topic. This can include the multiple source of different type. Finally, we call the load function to return the Spark data frame. So this is how, if you notice at this point, we are running and returning the read stream format Kafka, and everything is over here. And then this is a Spark read stream. So this is how stream query work behind the scene is. Now let's jump on the demo part. And how this stream work behind the scene is we can go through the couple of steps. So before starting this demo, let me set up my classroom, this data. Now this will take some time to set up your data. Make sure you are connecting to the correct cluster and machine information. So you can look into what the configuration of your machine is. It is a 30.5 GB and 4 core is there. So this is a decent machine. You can run any of your query. So now this data is setting up. So it will take few minutes to execute and set up your data. Now your data is ready, so you can see like what is the catalog name is DB Academy and your schema name is lab user. So now we run this batch mode. Here we are going to read and load your file from this location. Let's look into this location, this file is there or not. Go to the catalog, opening the new tab. So this is your location. It is coming in the volumes, DB Academy e-commerce, V01 and data and events history. So let's look into over here. Now the file is supposed to be part of the volume DB Academy e-commerce. So now we are in the DB Academy e-commerce V01 and now delta. So this is your file delta, and then within the delta you can see event history, and this is what the Parquet file is there. So if you look further, this is a Parquet file. So we are reading this file from this location. Now let's understand what this all meaning is. So we are reading the static file from this location, which is in Parquet file, and what we are doing is we are adding the filter traffic source as email with column name is mobile, and then we are adding this device, whether it is iOS or Android, is toggling between these two, true and false, and then we are selecting these three different columns, and then we are printing this what is coming and displaying over here. So let's run this piece of code. Now you can see, so this is what it is coming. Mobile column is iOS and Android. If it's iOS and true and Android is false, so that's how it is coming. And then this many field is coming: user ID, event, timestamp, and mobile, which is coming from here. So that's what it is printing: user ID, timestamp, and mobile. That's what it is coming. So, and it is reading from this location. So let's jump on the same thing is, if you notice is this particular method is read, a spark.read is whenever this is a static read, and then there is no streaming. Now if we are reading as a stream, so just a small difference over you notice is we are reading not as a read, it is coming as a read stream. And then same location, we are reading a file from this location I just showed to you, and then same condition, the column traffic source is email, And then we are adding the same condition over here, and then we are selecting the 3 different column, and then it's printing. Now what is happening over here, if you notice, is nothing is running right now over here. Is done, and this is your job is done. But in this scenario, your job is keep running. So this is a streaming. So once it read from the file, it will wait for the another file to come. So it's read as a stream. So stream is initializing over here. Now this is now keep running this one, because now this is a part of the stream. This is a stream, and we are keep reading this one. So now we can look into this 3 column is being printed exactly how it is now, but the difference over here is this is still running. So it means the stream is waiting for the more file to come, and then it will read from there. So how does it look like in the job? So this is how it is keep running. And exactly everything looks same. So this is how you can build. This is what is the difference between the batch read and the stream read. Only is method is one is for the read, and other one is the read stream is, and rest of thing is similar. So whenever you are working, make sure that you are using the correct method whenever you are reading as a stream or read as a batch. Now since it is it's already is reading. Now if somehow you want to stop your system, or you want to save some files, now you can use this method, this how you can write your file, whatever is coming the stream is, and checkpoint path. So let's understand what each meaning of this one. So basically is writing a stream, it is writing and append, it is keep adding those into the that method. Format is delta. Whenever you're writing any file is format to delta. Query name is email traffic. That is the name of the query. Is whenever you are, so it's always a good practice that you are adding the query name, so that in the future, if you want to see what is the status of that particular query, you can figure out, you can find it in log, or you can find it in your system. And then trigger is process time. Every second it is keep waiting. And option is checkpoint location, checkpoint path. This is very important whenever you are working on the stream and writing a stream. This checkpoint is making sure that there is no duplicate file will come whenever you are writing the data. So as soon as this is a required field, if it's not there, then you will get the errors. And where it is need to be write to the table is email traffic only. So let's run this piece of code. So it's running. So now it came. Now you can look into this one. It's keep running. One thing I would like to show over here is the same thing is happening over here. You can see this is all information come from the batch, but here it's keep waiting. And now you see like this is running, and every 1 second it is updating a file. The C is how it is updating, keep updating those information every 1 minute. 1 second. So this is time 1 second, every 1 second it's, and then keep appending that file, because we are using append as the output mode is. Now let's monitor how it look like. So what is the query name is, we already put the name of the query is, you will see that email traffic, that what I mentioned, this is email traffic query name is. That's why I say like it's the best practices, you always add the query name. Now you are getting a query name. If you want to stop any specific query, then you can directly run this one device query and stop, and then it will stop that particular query, not the all query. Same thing, you can look into the device query status. What is the status of that one? So waiting for the next trigger. So if you notice this is a stream, and it's keep running, and every 1 second it's waiting for the new file to come, and then append that one is date available false, and is trigger active false. So that's how it is working is. So waiting for the next trigger. Now let's look into the what is the last progress of this particular write stream is. Now you can see, let me explain a couple of things over here. Is run ID is this one. This is very important. Whenever you want to see the status, you can see like what run ID is there, and name. This is also very important. It is always the best practice that you put the name, email traffic, timestamp, when it ran, batch, ID is 1, duration is 53 millisecond. And then you can see where it is reading from, the destination, where it is writing. So delta sync, it is writing to the S3 bucket at this location. That's where your file is being written. So this is what it will look like. And now you are going to the device queries, so you are stopping at this location. Every sleep as it 10, and then it's stopping. And now device query await termination, and it basically is block the current thread until the stream query is terminated. And now you can go to the one by one, and then you are stopping this email query, particular stop streaming queries email traffic is. So this is how it look like for the stream query. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any question. Thanks for joining. Thank you very much.